Hi Virgo, welcome to your love reading for January 2019. This is Elizabeth from channeledguidance.com. Okay, so I've already shuffled the decks for you and you actually have two jumping cards from this deck. Let's go ahead and show them to you. You have the Nine of Swords, which does represent perhaps you're feeling really stressed about your love life right now. This does represent kind of an agonizing energy. You're imagining the worst, possibly in something that's going on in your relationship. You also had, believe it or not, the Nine of Wands, which is a paranoid energy, but can also be someone who's being really protective and just putting up way too many walls. It can be you or it can be the person you're involved with. So let's put these back in the deck and let's go ahead and get 9 cards for you. Okay, this is a love reading for the sign of Virgo for January 2019. First card that you have, Virgo, is a 7 of Coins. Love reading for the sign of Virgo for January. King of Wands. Love reading for the sign of Virgo for January. Knight of Wands. Love reading for the sign of Virgo for January. 4 of Coins. Love reading for the sign of Virgo for January. 3 of Wands. Love reading for the sign of Virgo for January. The Chariot. Love reading for the sign of Virgo for January. Page of Swords. Love reading for the sign of Virgo for January. 4 of Swords. Love reading for the sign of Virgo for January. 4 of Wands. What's the most important thing that Virgo needs to hear about their love life for January 2019? And the card that you have, Virgo, is the 6 of Cups. So this can be someone from the past returning in January. It can also be that you're doing a lot of thinking about someone from the past, or someone from the past is thinking about you. This can even be emotional baggage, emotional memories that are coming back to you to be healed. So we'll come back to this to see how it ties in with the rest of the reading. Also, Virgo, if you would like to get a private reading with me, just go to my website, channeledguidance.com. I'll also put a link down below to my Facebook account where I post daily love readings. Okay, so let's go ahead and see what you have going on here. 7 of Coins, King of Wands, Knight of Wands. So, I mean, the 7 of Coins means that you're being very careful. And for some of you, it can be you, or it can be your partner. This is someone that's being very careful, very carefully weighing their options about what they're going to do next. It could be someone that has more than one option when it comes to a romantic partner. You have the King of Wands there, so this can have something to do with a fire sign, Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius, male or female, sun, moon, or rising. But seeing this next to the Knight of Wands, I feel like you're waiting on something where you really should be taking some type of action, because this Knight of Wands, this represents a really self-confident energy of going after what you want, of like letting nothing, get in your way. You will get what you want. This is a relentless energy. And the King of Wands, very similar. The King of Wands is all about taking the lead and being very passionate about those things that he wants and going after them. With the 7 of Coins, it's just like, well, let me think about it, and let me think about it some more, and it's just waiting, planning, no action. And this ties in with the second row. I feel like you're waiting on something where you really should be acting. You have the 4 of Coins, the 3 of Wands, and the Chariot. So again, I mean, 4 of Coins and the 7 of Coins. The 4 of Coins, this is a really stubborn energy of someone that is just playing it safe, wanting to stay in their safe place. When really, on the other side, you've got the Chariot, which does represent a lot of action, a lot of movement. This is victory. And then you have someone waiting. It very well can be that someone is waiting for you. Someone is waiting for you while you're being very careful. Of course, it's a general reading, so it could be that you're waiting for someone else. Maybe you're waiting from someone from the past. I mean, you have the 6 of Cups here. You're waiting for someone to come to their senses. I feel like someone, whether it's you or your partner, someone's being very careful with the 7 of Coins. They're being very careful. They're wanting to play it really safe, wanting to kind of stay in their safe place. They don't want to take a chance maybe on a risky relationship. Someone is waiting. Maybe they're waiting for the perfect opportunity. Someone could be waiting on you to take action, or someone is waiting for the perfect chance to say something, to declare their feelings for you. The Chariot is saying there should be movement right now. This is a major arcana of significant change, significant movement in your love life, victory, but someone is waiting. I know I keep saying someone is waiting when really there should be action. I mean, you have the Chariot right next to it. Now look at this bottom row. Page of Swords, Four of Swords, Four of Wands. So you have, I mean, I'm looking at the numbers here. You've got the Four of Coins, the Four of Swords, and the Four of Wands. The fours, to me, they have to do with the foundation of a relationship. It could be that you need to work on the foundation of a relationship for it to work, the foundation of a marriage. It could even be that a relationship may not be moving forward. It could be that someone's life right now, they need to work on the foundation of their life, because I feel like someone's hesitating. You've got waiting energy there. And then the Four of Swords is also not a card of action. The Seven of Coins is not a card of action. What we need here is the truth. I feel like the sign of Virgo, either you need to speak your truth to your partner, or you need to hear the truth. The Page of Swords is honest communication. It could be that there's going to be communication about why somebody asked for some space. The Four of Swords does represent someone maybe moving out, someone taking a step back from the relationship, somebody needing time to heal. It could be that somebody needs time to heal from the past, because you do have past energy here. It could be that maybe you need to be honest with yourself, that maybe before you find this relationship, this long-term commitment, marriage, whatever it is you want, you need to be honest that you need time to heal. I mean, that's why I go over all the possible scenarios, because it's hard to tell in a general reading. I feel like there's honesty. Either way, whatever it is you have going on in your love life, someone has to be completely honest here. This is honest communication, and perhaps there has to be some healing. I feel like somebody has a lot on their mind, and they need time to figure this out. And here is either a marriage or a long-term relationship. Okay, so let me get a few more cards. What other messages are there for the sign of Virgo for January? You have the Seven of Wands. What other messages are there for the sign of Virgo for January? Ten of Swords. What other messages are there for the sign of Virgo? Five of Cups. Okay. So, I mean, what I see here is like, again, there's a need to do something. The first message you have is a Seven of Wands. You really, I feel like the sign of Virgo, you really need to stand up to certain fears that you have. I mean, you have the Ten of Swords, which shows that you may have been put through the ringer. You may have been deeply hurt in the past. With the Ten of Swords, you don't really, it doesn't really click in your brain. Because, I mean, keep in mind, this is the Suit of Swords, which represents your thoughts. It hasn't quite clicked in your brain that it's time to move on from something painful. This is a card of like, hello, wake up, move on. So for some of you, you may have to really stand up to your fears, your insecurities, because it feels like there's a relationship waiting for you. If not an actual, there is someone specific waiting for you. You may really have to speak your truth. I mean, seeing the Seven of Wands and the Page of Swords, for some of you, there may have to be a confrontation with someone who deeply hurt you because of the Ten of Swords. This is causing you unhappiness. You have the Five of Cups. I feel like the sign of Virgo, there is a sense of tears and unhappiness because you've not moved on in some way. So perhaps you've not moved on from something that happened a long time ago in the past, someone that really hurt you, something that didn't work out. Or perhaps you're deeply unhappy because you're not facing your own demons, you're not facing your own insecurities, because the Seven of Wands can sometimes represent that. You don't realize that it's time to move on. It's time to move on with the Ten of Swords. There's a lot of action that wants to happen for you here. The Chariot, movement. Someone's waiting for you. Or maybe you're waiting too much. With the Four of Coins, this is like, I'm not going anywhere. I'm not budging. I'm just staying here. If you do that, if you keep kind of playing it safe, it's just going to cause you more unhappiness, because it is time for a significant move in your love life. Okay, so let's get some cards from the confirmation deck. What other messages are there for the sign of Virgo for January? Queen of Wands. Interesting. So now we have the King and the Queen of Wands. What other messages are there for the sign of Virgo for January? Queen of Pentacles. So that would be you, because you're an earth sign. And the Eight of Wands. What's the most important message that Virgo needs to hear about their love life for January 2019? Ten of Wands. So it seems like, you know, you may be tired of something. I mean, the Ten of Wands comes up when you're really fed up with a situation. For some of you, you could be really fed up in a relationship where you're always hurt. You could be fed up with meeting all the wrong people. You could be fed up with dead-end relationships that go nowhere. This just feels like an uphill battle. This is wanting to give up. For some of you, because the main energy from the other deck was the Six of Cups, it could be that you've not healed something from the past. And again, this would definitely tie in with the Ten of Swords, which means that there's you have to let something go. For some of you, for those who are already coupled, it could be that you really need to forgive, forget, and move on if you're going to stay in that relationship. Perhaps, you know, you just really need to speak your mind, which we have here with the Seven of Wands. And of course, I've already showed you, you have it here with the Page of Swords. I feel like you need to get something off your chest. There's a need to communicate with your partner. But this right here shows me that the past is in some way kind of ruining your love life. It could be that, you know, you're really focusing on someone from the past, or you're focusing on things that happened in the past. So let's look at this this row here. You've got the Queen of Wands, the Queen of Pentacles, and the Eight of Wands. Now, I can't help, I mean, Queen of Wands and King of Wands, for some of you, a fire sign is very significant. Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius, male or female, sun, moon, or rising. Again, this can be your partner. It can even be you if you have a moon or rising and a fire sign. But because we have all this fiery energy, Queen of Wands, Eight of Wands, King of Wands, Knight of Wands, Seven of Wands, Three of Wands. There's a lot of fiery energy. It could be that you really need to get fired up about your love life and you need to do something, because I mean, you have the Chariot, which means in January there can be a lot of changes, a lot of movement around your love life, but I see you really hesitating, or someone or your partner is really hesitating. So this is your energy because you are an earth sign. It definitely makes sense with the Queen of Wands and the Eight of Wands being around you, that perhaps you need to be more optimistic around your love life, about your love life, because here you might be thinking, who cares anymore? I'm tired of this. Or you may be tired of a relationship. There could be something exciting coming up for you. The Eight of Wands, this is something you've been waiting for a long time. It can even be a message, communication you've been waiting for a long time. It could be that maybe you're communicating with someone that where you have been putting off, because I feel like someone has been waiting for you. But the Eight of Wands does mean there is a change that happens in your love life where you are over the moon, because you have been waiting for this forever and you felt like it was never going to happen. Finally, it's here. For some of you, this could be that, you know, you're hearing from an ex, or a partner wants to work things out. But because we have this weird kind of really fiery energy in the spread, it could be that you're the one that really kind of sets things in motion. You're the one deciding to take charge, because there's supposed to be a lot of action in your love life with the Chariot being here, and also the Knight of Wands. You're supposed to be going after what you want. Again, King and Queen of Wands, that's a lot of fiery energy. Do not let the past get in your way, because the past, I mean, I feel like you have a lot of positive energy for the month of January. Don't let the past rain on your parade, because I feel like the past is just going to bring you down. It's going to make you feel like giving up. Do not listen to that. So what we're going to do now is we're going to do a spread focusing using this deck right here for the year of 2019. This is just, you know, a spread. Let me just get these out of the way. This is a spread for the whole year. I did post some videos on Vimeo, a longer version of them, but I have not done it was just like so much work. Props to, I mean, to the other readers that can do all that at the same time. I have a really hard time because I have so many things to do. I will get them up, and when I have the 2019 love reading for Virgo, I will post it everywhere, on here, on Facebook, on my website. If I wait, I'll probably end up getting these readings up in March or something, so I have to do these readings first. Okay, so again, this is your love reading for the entire year of 2019. And next month, we will go back to doing the X reading. Okay, this is a love reading for the sign of Virgo for the year 2019. Two of Cups. Love reading for the sign of Virgo for 2019. Strength. Love reading for the sign of Virgo for 2019. The Eight of Pentacles. Love reading for the sign of Virgo for 2019. Ten of Wands again. Love reading for the sign of Virgo for 2019. The Fool. Love reading for the sign of Virgo for 2019. The Hermit. Love reading for the sign of Virgo for 2019. You have the Eight of Wands again. Love reading for the sign of Virgo for 2019. The Seven of Cups. Love reading for the sign of Virgo for 2019. And you have the Three of Cups. Let me just get you a bonus card here because this one's sticking out. Two of Wands. Waiting and delays, which was a huge message for you in the 9-card spread. So we'll just put it here. Let's go ahead and see what all this means for you for the entire year. So you start off with the Two of Cups, Strength, and the Eight of Pentacles. So just know that in 2019, I mean, this can be the year that you really connect with someone. The Two of Cups is the soulmate card. So a soulmate energy, this is very different than connecting with someone where, you know, wow, we have a few things in common. You know, we have fun when we go out. That's not a soulmate energy. A soulmate energy, this is someone that makes you feel complete, fulfilled. You just feel like you found your other half. You have that opportunity in 2019 to find that special connection. Again, this is not a casual date or chemistry. This is really feeling like someone has finally completed you. You are being told to be patient. So, I mean, don't be disappointed if this does not happen in January or February. The Strength card is saying be patient, be brave. I mean, I feel because I saw the spread for January that you might have some issues from the past to deal with. The Eight of Pentacles is saying there's a lot of work to do here, but I mean, you have the soulmate card front and center as the first card. I feel like this can be the year where you really kind of find that special connection that you just don't find it every day. You have to be careful because you have the Ten of Wands again, you know, and I went on and on about this card in the 9-card spread. Here it is again as the fourth card. You have the Fool and the Hermit with it, two major arcanas. So there's a lot of significant energy waiting to see if you're going to give up, because that Ten of Wands is, you might be feeling really fed up in 2019. Maybe something happened in 2018 to where you don't really trust in love anymore. You don't believe. Don't do that. That's what I told you in the January spread. There could be a big change, but for some of you, it's up to you. You have a new beginning front and center here. The Fool right in the middle of the spread. There is a new relationship or a second chance, maybe in a relationship or in a marriage. The Fool is saying there's a risky relationship for you. Maybe it's risky because it's someone very different. Maybe, you know, there is some type of situation where there's no guarantees. The Hermit is saying really do a lot of soul searching before passing up any type of new relationship in 2019. The Hermit does mean that you need to shed some light, which means that you might be feeling a little emotionally scattered in 2019. I mean, you're definitely feeling fed up. Because it just seems like you're being warned that there's a very special connection for you, and you might be feeling like, I don't care anymore, or whatever. It's probably not going to work out. You may want to rethink that with the Hermit being here. This is saying really soul search before you tell someone to walk away, and letting somebody know you're not interested. Be sure that you're not interested, because otherwise you could regret this. There's a new relationship here that's, you know, it's a risk for some reason. I'm not sure why. It's a risk, but you're being told to trust your heart and your intuition. Now, in this bottom row down here, I mean, this card has repeated itself, the Eight of Wands. Something that you have been waiting for a long time is finally coming in 2019. This can be communication or, you know, just a really positive development in your love life. You have it with the Seven of Cups and the Eight of Cups. Sorry, the Three of Cups. So even though there's something positive coming your way in 2019, for some reason you're confused about it. I mean, the Seven of Cups means that you're really lost, you're emotional, you're confused, you don't know what to do. Again, this definitely ties in with this risky new beginning from the Fool. So for some of you, maybe you're having to give someone a second chance where you're afraid the relationship's going to fail. This is just being really kind of lost when it comes to making a decision. But you do have this energy here from the Eight of Wands where there's something coming to you in 2019 that you have been waiting for. An exciting development. Again, you have the Three of Cups. This can represent marriage, even the birth of a child, but it just means good times, happiness, celebration. This is on the radar for you for 2019. You just have to let it happen. I mean, look at this. You start, the very first card that I pulled for you is the Two of Cups, and you end with the Three of Cups. I mean, this is like a story that wants to play out for you in 2019, but it just seems like you're hesitating. You may be tired of relationships. You may be tired of trying. Don't wait. Don't put things on hold, because you have that waiting energy again. I think you had the Three of Wands here in January. Now you have, this card was sticking out. You saw why I pulled it out. The Two of Wands was just sticking out, like screaming, like this is an important message. Waiting and delays. If you've been putting your love life on the back burner in 2018, don't do that anymore, because I mean, you have a lot of happiness here with the Three of Cups. Happiness awaits you. Don't put it on hold, or don't keep someone waiting. Okay, so let me get a few more cards for you. we'll see what the rest of the message is. Love reading for the sign of Virgo for the year 2019. Five of Swords. Love reading for the sign of Virgo for 2019. King of Wands. Interesting. Love reading for the sign of Virgo for 2019. Ace of Wands. So interesting, because you did have the King and the Queen of Wands in the first spread that I did for you. Now here we go again. So again, this could be very significant. Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius. Male or female, sun, moon, or rising. This could be a new relationship for you, a new opportunity. The Ace of Wands does also represent a clean slate. So this can be you're working things out with your partner. You're forgiving and forgetting, and you're moving on. A clean slate. Everything is forgotten and healed. This is going to be up to you. You have the Five of Swords. So either way, you have some type of decision to make in 2019. The Five of Swords can mean that you have to be very careful, because you can make a decision that you will regret. So, I mean, considering everything that I've said, how there's a new relationship or some type of like new beginning where you may say no thank you because you have the Ten of Wands again. You may be tired of the whole thing. You're starting with this energy of the Two of Cups. There's a very special soulmate relationship. Again, a very strong bond with someone. It maybe requires work. It's not perfect, but nothing is ever perfect. You're going to have to be really brave and strong. Again, don't make a decision you're going to regret. Don't blow someone off, or don't give up on a relationship, because you could regret this with the Five of Swords. Okay, let me shuffle a confirmation deck to see what else comes up for you. Love reading for the sign of Virgo for 2019. Love reading for the sign of Virgo for 2019. Love reading for the sign of Virgo for 2019. Love reading for the sign of Virgo for 2019. Love reading for the sign of Virgo for 2019. Okay, so let's see what else comes up for you. Love reading for the sign of Virgo for 2019. You have the Nine of Wands. Love reading for the sign of Virgo for 2019. King of Swords. Love reading for the sign of Virgo for 2019, and the Lovers. So, I'm going to read this two ways. I mean, it very well can be that there is an air sign. For some of you, your partner is an air sign, which would be Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius. Male or female, sun, moon, or rising. You have a significant connection with this person. The Lovers can also mean that your marriage is intact. Your marriage will continue. The relationship will continue to grow. You do have strong fears here with the Nine of Wands. This is someone who's very paranoid. Again, I've been talking about someone holding back. We saw that in the reading for January. There's some hesitation even in this spread. So for some of you, there is an air sign where there's a significant connection, relationship. This person is your soulmate. But this person could be putting up a lot of walls. This can even be you if you have a moon or rising in an air sign. But also the King of Swords. Make sure this is not you, because the King of Swords, this is someone, when it's not a person, it's the energy of someone who does not like to deal with emotions. They run away from them. They like to deal with facts. They like to be very logical. They run away from messy emotions. You don't want to do that when there's a significant relationship waiting for you. Now you have the Lovers and the Soulmate card lined up here with this energy of being paranoid and having all your walls up, all your defenses. You don't want to miss out on a relationship. Five of Swords. Don't make a decision that you'll regret. It just seems like there's something special waiting for you in 2019. Your choice if you're going to accept this. Okay, Virgo, this has been your love reading for January 2019 and for the year of 2019. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will speak to you again next month.